Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna look at pretty much what's been happening this week, because it feels like this week there's been a lot going on. First, starting off with Infinity Nikki. Infinity Nikki, right on the same day that Honkai Star Rail updated, released their 1.3 update, which is pretty much all spooky vibes and spooky sort of things going on. I haven't gotten too much into it yet, but there's new outfits, new gameplay, new story, new event going on as well. Yeah. New event, new story, new banner to pull on, new things going on. Basically, if you play Infinity Nikki and you've been away for a while, now's the time to hop back in and check out what's new. This outfit here gives like a really cool ability. This one looks pretty. Honestly, you could probably skip the banner and you wouldn't really be missing much. But yeah, new outfits, new events, typical Infinity Nikki update. Now, on to the big one, Honkai Star Rail. Now, this is a real juicy one. Honkai Star Rail released their 3.1 update, and it's pretty much more of the same things that you've dealt with for the previous update. And not a lot of people are talking about it, playing it, or even touching the game. In fact, I've seen people quit the game because of this patch. AKA me. But if somehow, someway you're still into Honkai Star Rail and you still have hope in them, they got Mighty coming out in the later half of the patch, and Tribi is currently out. Once again, new story. They got the same Gift of Odyssey thing. They got this event, and then they got this event, plus they updated the simulated universe. So there's plenty of things to do for this update, kind of. Plenty of things to do for like a typical Honkai Star Rail update. Let's be honest, it's honestly not enough content in my opinion. Anyway, on to the next big news. Zenless Zone Zero dropped their live stream on Friday and finally talked about the new Ambi, which is now a 5-star, as well as the other character. I think her name was Sniper? ? Trigger, wrong word. Trigger and Poltra, I don't know, NPC character that I thought was gonna just be an NPC character that they turned into a real character. I'll be honest, I haven't really watched the live stream yet. I just kind of seen other people talk about it. But they finally actually confirmed the connection between Ambi and Soldier 11. You get their weapons, they're adding new, not artifacts, discs, it's the same sort of thing, artifacts. Ambi's up first, and then it's Trigger, then Trigger's up afterwards. Okay. With Juan and Bernice as rerunners. And this update, they got new events, normal, same old 10 currencies for logging in. Hollow Zero got new stuff going on. More optimizations. You can go ahead and take time to read. I'm just gonna quickly go through it in case people want to talk about it, want to see it. New events going on. You know, typical ZZZ update. And then you guys might have not seen my video recently, but I posted a video about Tribe 9 and how I've been enjoying it. Tribe 9 has posted an update, I think it was around like the 25th of this week, something like that, talking about how they'll make a bunch of changes, such as the adjustments to the wishing system, as well as the metals and stuff consumed. I'll be honest, I haven't gotten that far in the game and I still don't know what most of the words mean. I'll be honest. But one of the big things is that any currency you spent on the banners, whether it was free currency or paid currency, everyone's getting back on like March 3rd. So keep an eye out for that in case you play the game you haven't noticed. Additionally to that, they're adding more like stuff to the game, such as like the medals that you collect. They're adding more of those to it. Once again, more compensation in the mail, adjustments to the things. Basically, they're adding a lot of adjustments to the game, such as like the pulling system. And then they also added a thing where you can like quickly kill enemies. I don't know if that was always in the game or if they just added it. I want to say it's new though. But yeah. Overall, good news for this game. Highly recommend you play it. We'll definitely be talking more about this game because it's just been a great time. It feels a lot more like an actual game than just some sort of gacha game like people usually have, you know, like Genshin or Star Rail or even WoWa. Like, this feels like a true game first where gacha just kind of got slipped into there. And then for the last thing, this one was definitely the 25th. Arknights Enfield just ended their beta test. I think it was like the 17th, 14th of February. Something like that. Yeah, 17th. And they're talking about the things that they're going to change, such as the factory system. They're planning on changing that one. Not only are they going to make the gameplay easier to understand and manage, because a lot of people pretty much looked at that gameplay was like, ooh, I need a degree just to play this factory thing. But they're gonna make it easier to get into, as well as add more stuff to it. So it's not just gonna be like the same stuff as before. They're going to improve combat, which the things that they're talking about improving specifically are the combat controls, camera, dodge, experience, and visual effects and movesets. Me personally, I cannot talk about any of like the combat stuff because I did not get into the beta test. So I can only kind of hope that it's a good thing. Another thing they're doing is enhancing artistic presentation. Basically, they're just gonna increase the aesthetics of the game, if you were to boil it down to like nothing. Another thing they're gonna do is refine the story, which is great because I heard a lot of people talking about when they got to the owl, it just like dropped off and the engagement, people just were not there. And another thing they're doing is developing more regions, more gameplay. Excited to see the new stuff that they come out with. Hopefully it'll be like a really big game for us to jump into. Like, Wuthering Waves was probably I want to say it's the biggest game to like jump into from the get-go, but I haven't finished Tribe 9 yet, and I have a feeling that game's pretty big as well, map-wise. But I'm excited. I'm glad that games are coming out with like bigger regions for people to get into when the game first starts. Anyway, next thing, they're optimizing the game performance on multiple platforms. I'm pretty sure it's probably talking about mobile, because mobile's the big drawback for most of these games, since they gotta kinda cater to mobile while also being good on PC. Infinity Nikki's a big one on not being good on mobile. I have one of like the top end phones and it can barely run Infinity Nikki, which is saying a lot. Anyway, and then they're also changing or improving the localization, which I'm not surprised. You don't need another Wuthering Waves where pretty much every time they make any sort of English translation, it's got some sort of thing wrong with it. Well, not even English translation. They did that with pretty much every translation. They messed it up somehow. But yeah, big news on the Gatcha Spear today. Or, well, this week. There's a lot of things that got improved, got updated. But yeah, thinking about making one of these maybe once a week. I don't know. Let me know what you think about like a weekly update about what's going on in the gacha space. Well, can't really say gacha space. More like going on with gacha games, period. Anyway, see you in the next one.